My goal is really to make first 12 months from the launch 100K, because now comes the big launch, and I do want to spend at least 50 euros per day on that. Double it. I'm like, Nix, we already sent out the double it, just double it. And I actually got the clients actually at double the price. And I can tell you, it works. It was like scrolling through so many leads, and I'm like, wow, that's so cool. And then she came back with like a monster ad, you know, like.
Good day, Priscila.
Hello, Nix.
So amazing to have you here in Riga, because I know you're in Germany, Luxembourg, and other places living. How would you say in 60 seconds what it is that you do?
So my business that I'm trying to launch is teaching Portuguese speakers English. So it's an intensive English course. Meanwhile, I'm also running a team. So I'm managing a team in the corporate life. Still, it's something I like a lot, but I'm a mechatronics engineer.
All right, let's go. When did you get started into coaching, like in the coaching space?
Yeah, so I was teaching English when I was in Brazil, and I was planning to move already to Europe. So then I actually created this intensive English course and ran it 3 times in Brazil, face to face. And I've always wanted to bring this online to have a broader reach. And this was about 8 years ago. Fast forward, I still hadn't managed it because I really struggled a lot with marketing. Like, I just didn't even know how to get started. I had the content, I had everything, but I didn't know how to marketize it. And that's why when I saw the ad in J Media, it was really like a hello, like like this is a solution, you know. So. And
how was it? What happened? So you signed up, I guess, and what was the kind of the journey?
Yes, so it came at absolutely perfect time, and it was really what I needed at the moment. So I was so happy because literally your team has guided me on what I had to learn. And it's not like your team is doing it for me. No, I wanted to learn it as well, right? So they guided me on which videos I had to look at. And they said, okay, do this now. And then I did it. And then, for example, my account manager, she had a look at it. She's like, that's good, but let me send it to our copywriter and let's improve it. And then she came back with like a monster ad, you know, like way much better than I would have ever done myself. I was quite proud of what I had done already, but what she came back with was like monster amazing. And that really helped. And I got literally lots of leads through that as well. And I finally got my clients, and I'm finally launching. I'm doing my pre-launch now, finally.
And you're actually like doing it. So
yes.
Can you tell me a little bit? I remember we had a call. You were starting to sell it at 300 euros per this pre-launch course, which is like 16 weeks intensive. How many times? And
16 weeks exactly. It's 6 hours per week. So we meet three times a week. Yeah,
a week, and that's going to be the pre-launch, and then the real launch is going to be like higher price. And what was the sales price for these like pre-launch customers?
Yeah, so like I told you, I entered that meeting and I said, I'm naming around 300 because it's still pre-launch. They know I'm still building it up. I still have to record some videos, and then you're like in the session, double it. But I'm like, Nix, we already sent out the double it, just double it. And I did. And I actually got the clients actually at double the price of the pre-launch, of course, the 600. So I was pretty happy with that, yeah.
Let's go. So you got, I remember you said 2 clients for the 300 and then 8 more clients for the 600.
Exactly, yeah.
So that was 10 clients. And how much did you spend on ads to acquire these first 10 customers for the pre-launch?
Very good question.
Approximately, maybe. You don't have it on top of the mind.
No, so my aim was 50 euros per day. That was my aim, but I basically built up to that. I started with 20 euros and then 30 euros.
Ad spend per day.
Ad spend per day. Ad spend per day, sorry, yes. Okay. And then the 50 euros per day. And I ran this for about 2.5, 3 weeks.
2 weeks. So probably maybe like 500 euros.
Yeah, something like that.
That's pretty good. So 500 spent to get 10 customers. That's
and that was just for the pre-launch, right? Because now comes the big launch, and that's where I'm really excited about. And I do want to spend at least 50 euros per day on that.
Yeah. Hey, sharp people! By the way, if you want more leads, more sales, more meetings, more customers, below this video, I have a presentation where I show and demonstrate how we could help you to get more customers, more leads, and more sales. So, if this is interesting, click below to learn more. But now, let's get back to the video.
And I think, would you agree that it is like now you have a predictable way how to basically get customers whenever you like want them, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say predictable but definitely there's a way. I finally found a way, which I had never seen before, which I have never done before. And it's a way, it's basic, I would say still what I have done, because I know there's a lot more to be done. Yes, I know it could be even better. I know the predictability of it can improve a lot better as well. And that's my next phase.
And how did you sell these people? Like, how was you selling them? What was the kind of the process? So you generated some leads. Were they booking calls themselves, or you were calling them? What was the process?
It was not automated at all. That's why I was saying it could be improved a lot.
Okay.
It was very manual. It was still me doing it. At first, I thought I'd have my sister to be on my sales team, but I was taking all the calls myself because I also wanted to learn from the clients what were they thinking, and so on. But it was really like setting up a Facebook ad on Meta. We really focused on just on Meta, right? So on Facebook and Instagram. And then I had a calendar link. So I'm still using my Google Calendar link, so they can actually book. There were many people booking it already, but then I was using the Preview.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can contact those leads again. But I was super happy. Maybe I could even it was like scrolling through so many leads, and I'm like, wow, that's so cool. Like from someone who had absolutely nothing, and then I have like a bunch.
And people showing interest. I think that's also cool, right?
Yes.
The feeling, I can imagine. We also had some customers which are like doing organic, and they're thinking like nobody wants their services.
Yeah.
And then I kind of set up the strategies, and then I get so many people, and they're like,
exactly.
Wow.
So just like scrolling, like literally, this is also. I was really happy.
Very nice. And how many like, let's say you had 10 calls, how many of them actually bought? What was like the sales conversion on calls?
So from all the calls, I would say 50%.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, 50%.
That's a really good sign that the launch can be more expensive, a little bit more, and you can provide more value. And because I think it's a lot, like 16 weeks, you do 6 hours per week. That's a lot of hours. It's like 100 hours basically.
Yeah, it's like a full course in the university in a certain way, right? That's what one of the students even said. But
that's what I feel also, right?
And the idea is like you have the base session that's recorded, and then the live session that's just for practicing, right? So that's the goal. Right now, of course, it's the exact 6 hours that I need to actually dedicate, or even more, because I'm still building those videos. But ideally, then they will have that session, which is just watching those videos first with mini practices. And then we have the live sessions to really practice more.
On the launch, so you're going to do less...
I would have less work.
Okay.
I would have less work because the videos are already made.
Yeah.
Then I'm doing it through the pre-launch. So it's really a matter of like me setting up at this session, you will follow the base session, which is basically recorded with some exercises. And then on the next class, we're going to have practice, right? The practice session.
Okay, cool. What do you think is the kind of the best thing you liked about it? Was it the training materials? Was it the manager? Was it the action sessions? What do you think? Or the community? What do you think was the more valuable for you?
For me, the account manager. So
the account manager, right?
Monica.
Monica's cool.
Monica, and also
Monica Sharp.
and of course the live sessions.
Okay.
But to be very honest, and you can cut this part if you want.
No. We don't.
Sometimes because it's in the middle of the week and working as well in the corporate world, it makes it very difficult to actually join those sessions.
Yeah, makes sense.
To really join those sessions.
Yeah, because they're like in working hours, right?
Exactly. So I was even going to suggest maybe at least a Saturday, one session, something like on a Saturday.
That's an interesting idea. Yeah. Okay. What's your goal with coaching, or like how are you looking at it? Because I think you have like I would say a good career. Now you're like a bigger position. Yeah. Like, how do you look at coaching? Like, what do you?
I definitely want to take this like official. So I will one day quit the corporate world, but I'm very happy I'm getting this experience to manage this team. At the moment, it's been always my aspiration. But in the future, I want to be full-time dedicated to my own business. And this coaching, this intensive course is just the beginning of it, right? It's just the beginning of it. So it's let's say the first step into their journey potentially as well, which I'm still there at the first step, but yeah, excited. So the goal really is still to make, can I say my goal?
Yeah, why not? Of course.
My goal is really to make in the first 12 months from the launch, 100K.
100K, like that's 8.6K per month.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But it's hard to say per month, right? It's per per session, per round, per 16 weeks, right?
So then you can divide how many of those you need to do and how many customers.
Exactly. So it's running at least 3 sessions.
Yeah, because I have met like entrepreneurs who also do like these kind of like packages that start and have a finish date, not like evergreen. Like my product is like evergreen. Like you can join now, you can join a month, and they're also like doing like millions on every launch. Like they launch it, like they prepare everything, they hype people up, then they market that, and then they do the launch, and then they sell it out, and then just do it once or twice a year. That's it. So they don't need to do marketing all the time, but they do marketing like once or two a year.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
You would like to do something similar, right?
Yeah, something like that. Exactly. So twice to 3 times maximum.
Yeah, that's interesting. And then it's like different. But that at those times probably like way more effort than, like people doing it all throughout the year. More effort on all those nuances.
But the marketing is exactly like you mentioned. Like you do a bit of you do a lot of marketing now, and then you don't actually need it. You need to pause that because also it's kind of difficult to get people in the middle of the course, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a different, but maybe
it's different. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That's just that's the first idea, right? That's the first business, the first step. And then I could potentially add a different product as well or service that would be more evergreen as well. But like step by step, for me, that's what actually made everything work because it didn't feel overwhelming, right? Because it was like step by step. You guys were guiding me like first this, then that. Also me. So like, okay, first I'm doing marketing. Now I'm doing the closing and then I'm actually delivering, so okay, I'm still in this session, the pre-launch, finalizing the pre-launch. Then let's go to the marketing campaign now for the launch, sales and so on. And it doesn't feel overwhelming. It feels good. I can do it. Like that's the
you can accomplish it, but then having like still a full-time career.
Exactly.
How did you get the skill to be able to do coaching or training for other people? Like how was that process? Did you get certified? Like how do you do it?
No, it was interesting. That's a good question because at first, I've always taught face-to-face, but I've never done anything online.
How did you get into teaching?
How did I get into teaching? Well, this was a long time. I was still in the university at the time, and I just taught what I wanted to, and I improved over time. That's for sure. I improved. I noticed that before. I noticed that I'm a lot better than I used to be. But also teaching face-to-face is different than teaching online.
What's the difference?
Oh my gosh, it's a huge difference.
Okay.
You're talking to a screen. You're talking to you're not interacting with someone. And I found it very difficult shooting my first video. That was very difficult. It took me, like what I had planned maybe for 30 minutes, took me 2 hours.
Okay.
It was interesting. And then the second video got a little bit better. And now it's great. Now it's just flowing. There's very little edits that needs to be done.
Okay.
But also on the live session, oh my gosh, it's so interesting. Many people do not understand how computer work, how it works. How do they enter? How do they go? I did not think that I would have such a challenge as I'm having now. I thought marketing would be my challenge. And now my issue is actually getting the students to understand how to use their computer properly. But that was the first 2 weeks. Was bumpy, but finally everybody now.
Hey sharp people, by the way, if you want more leads, more sales, more meetings, more customers, below this video I have a presentation where I show and demonstrate how we could help you to get more customers, more leads and more sales. So if this is interesting, click below to learn more, but now let's get back to the video.
And how would you say you're teaching a language. How would you say from a student side, like can they learn as efficient as if it would be in person, like live?
Honestly, I think it's even better.
Better?
Yeah.
In what way?
Better because, learning over a computer now with still at a potentially live session with this base session that I was telling you about that's recorded, because this gives you time to process it also at your rhythm. It's like you have your private space as well. Mm-hmm. Physical space, but also mental space. So if you need to maybe close the camera for a bit or whatever, do whatever you need to do, drink your coffee, you have this liberty. You feel a little bit more open to learn, I think. You're not obligated to sit and actually pay attention and, of course you have to pay attention and everything, but you're not obligated to mind your manners and whatever. No, you're in front of your computer, you're home, you're just learning. You're just there for learning. And the thing about the base videos as well, so is that everybody could view it and take their time to process and learn. So in the live session, it's about practicing. But the base sessions that I created as well, is like what you have as well. Everybody takes their time in their rhythm to learn what they have to learn. So if they have to, go back, replay something, they can replay it. And that's the huge benefit I see also from like online learning.
And I also like right now, I refilm everything. Like I'm redoing training materials, and I'm like thinking more to do it shorter, to do it more entertaining, with more energy, and with just one idea per video, and that's it. So it's short, simple, easy to do, and I think in my kind of like my product space, that makes it more likely for people to actually finish it. Because I also have bought courses which I never finish because I get stuck. Oh my God, 2 hours, 1 hour, 3 videos. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, no.
And I don't even want to click on it, Like
I
I'm
know.
like scared of the time. Like, I don't have so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Not necessarily I don't have it. I'm just like, I don't want to spend so much,
Yeah.
But then it's the opposite side where people are talking about this, like, if you put more, people might think it's like better in a
But you can put more split into pieces.
That's what I want to do.
And that's what I'm doing as well in my course. Yeah. So I record a 2-hour video, but that is split.
You just
so
cut
it's different topics. Yes.
And you cut it.
Yes.
That's what I also think is
the attention spam.
Yeah. And it's my mind is like more how to make it more interactive.
Yeah, that's a huge challenge. So what I do at least is like every video, which is always a short video, I do an exercise.
At the end of it, right? Like what they need to do.
I literally put step by step. Step 1, watch video part 1. Step 2, do this exercise.
Okay.
Step 3, watch video part 2.
Yeah. Okay.
And step 4, so there's literally a step by step instruction that they need to follow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I like.
To process as well the learning, right? Because sometimes just watching a video and without doing it, you don't really learn. You think you learn, but you don't until you actually do.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do with my team when I do daily meetings. We're also always like, any takeaways? What's your takeaway? Or I quiz them. That's what I do. Always like quiz them or takeaways. But it's hard to do it online, especially like you need to have software to do it. I know there are softwares where you can have these like learning platforms where it's like after they finish the video, they cannot watch a different video without completing the assessment, which is something like A, B, like or this option, like like answering correctly, then they can move forward.
Yeah. Speaking of that, it's actually quite interesting. Like one thing I would say, what actually helped me is to not overcomplicate things. I had bought a site, a structured platform, and it was supposed to be amazing. And I had all the learning capabilities, like the exercise and everything. And I just couldn't get it work before the pre-launch. And I'm like, okay, plan B. I need a plan B. Google Classroom. I did everything now through Google Classroom. And I can tell you, it works.
Google Classroom, right?
Google Classroom, it's technically free. Okay, you pay €9 per month.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Haven't used it.
It's super simple.
Need to check it out.
User-friendly, and everything is integrated. Like Google Drive, Google everything, like Google Calendar, everything is integrated.
Oh, interesting.
So like my exercises are mostly done on Google Forms.
Yeah.
Or through Google Docs. And on Google Docs, like once you create a doc, you assign it to your students, everybody gets their own doc version of it automatically as well. And you can assess it immediately as well.
Right. I didn't know that.
Honestly, it's better. I think it's better probably than what I had before. But what I had before would have been with my name. So like with my brand, so USA Impact. In Google Classroom, okay, it's Google Classroom. I can still put my brand in the first page, but you'll always access it as Google Classroom / whatever.
Got it. Cool. So where people can find you online or how?
Yeah. Right now, mostly on Instagram.
What's the handle?
Yeah, it's usa.impact.english. So
usa.impact.english.
Exactly.
Okay. Why USA Impact?
USA Impact because I'm also American.
Are you also American?
Yeah, so born in Brazil, lived in the US, now Luxembourg citizen. I'm all over.
And now
the
Riga,
exactly.
and now Latvia. I'm moving, okay.
Exactly. So yeah, USA Impact. That's the name of the.
Okay, and Instagram is the best place.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Or by email, pris@usa-impact.com.
Let's go. Cool. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate your feedback. And thank you for the good words. And happy that we connected. Happy that we helped you. And looking forward to help you even more.
All I can say is thank you. Thank you for your videos. Thank you for your team. Thank you because I'm finally freaking doing it.
Let's go. Stay sharp.
Thanks.